Got a couple super chats here. Nathan, appreciate the 2. He says, give me edge before running back. Packers regression? Get to that in a sec. I agree. Edge is a bigger need. I think this team is a Montez Sweat injury away from having big questions on their pass rush. Dio Dangbo, which we talked about before this segment, has had a pretty quiet OTAs and minicamp. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but just haven't really heard much. Haven't heard much about Austin Booker either. When Dom Rob is like the story of minicamp of among pass rushers, that concerns me because even if he takes a step forward, makes his team, and can rotate in occasionally, like it would take a massive step for him to actually be an impact player. Like I'm not banking on that out of Dominique Robinson. I think this team needs an edge rusher. TJ, who might be the worst team in the NFL this year? I think a few stand out. The Saints would be my like if I had to, put a gun to my head right now, I would say the Saints. Browns are in that mix, although they still have some good talent. It's just their QB situation. Giants are in the conversation. I think they're a little better than those other two teams, but their schedule is absolutely brutal. So I think they're in the mix. After that, I mean, I think the Jets will be scrappy. Like I view that situation as a little better than some of those other teams. Could a team like Miami just completely plummet? If Tua's healthy, they're probably winning at least 6 or 7. I think the Patriots are improved enough where they'll be better. Maybe could this Colts thing just be a disaster? Like I do wonder whether Richardson has a bum shoulder. That means Daniel Jones might have the inside track to start. Like maybe that thing falls apart, but I still think their raw roster is better. So I'll stick with those 3: the Saints, the Giants, and the Browns. That would be my bottom 3 right now here in mid-June. Hit that subscribe button if you love the Chicago Bears. We got daily content here on this channel. Can't remember the last day we didn't have at least one video go up. We're usually putting up 2 per day. We're going live 2 days per week as well. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Say quads, Barkley. Would you sign Jaire Alexander and trade Tyreek Stevenson? If Jaire didn't have the major injury concerns, I mean, look, the idea of it is appealing, right? Because if he's healthy, you could argue him and Jalen Johnson are both top 10 corners. Like, who's a better CB duo in the NFL? I don't think there would be one. But he's missed 34 games over the past 4 years. That's out of a possible 68. That's a lot of time missed. I don't think the Bears will be in on Jaire. I'm not ready to punt on Tyreek Stevenson. I've been on that all offseason. I think this new scheme where they're going to run a lot of press man suits his game well. I want to see how this goes. I am fully acknowledging that healthy Jaire Alexander is a better player than Tyreek Stevenson. I just think if you're going to add like a notable player like this, like go get a pass rusher. Go get Zadarius Smith. Like I'd rather invest in that area. Luke Clark, who is a player on defense who the Bears could benefit the most from breaking out this year? I'd say one of the defensive linemen. Like Austin Booker, Jervon Dexter takes that huge step, and he's a 10-sack guy as a defensive tackle. That would be huge. Tyreek, if your CB2 spot is good, that corner room of Jalen, whoever the CB2 is, and Kyler Gordon, that you're going to be tough to find a better trio than that. So one of the young pass rushers or like that CB2 spot, whoever holds that down. Lily Noise Boy, appreciate the 5. Who do you believe is the mastermind behind the salary cap and contract negotiations, Poles or Feinstein? Well, Feinstein's their cap guy, but I think they work hand in hand. Feinstein negotiates some of the contracts, like the signing bonuses and stuff like that. So I think he's like Poles, like cap guy he leans on, but I think Poles is involved, obviously. Like he has an idea of what a player's worth. In discussion with ownership too, like how much of a signing bonus will you guys let us pay up front, which can lower the cap hits in the near term, all that stuff. It all works together, but Feinstein is definitely their cap guy, that's for sure. All right, give me your take in the comments. What is the Bears' biggest roster need heading into training camp? I think it's edge. I think it's clearly the biggest need. You could argue running back. You could say, they need to add a third safety or a linebacker or something like that. But there's a chance that if they signed an edge rusher, that person could start, depending on how Dio Adengbo looks. So I would say edge, regardless of if it's a starter or not. The average Bears fan, I'm a big DJ Moore fan. Do you think he's going to have a big year? I think he's going to go for 1,200 plus, even with the other receivers. Certainly capable of it. He went for 1,364 2 years ago, and that was with the combination of Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent, who I think combined threw for like right around 3,000 yards on the whole season. So in a just putrid passing attack, he accounted for over 1,300. He's had several thousand-yard seasons in his career. I expect him to get back to that marker this year. I don't know if 1,300 plus will be in the cards because I think Rome Odunze will take a jump, so he'll jump up potentially to 1,000 yards. I think Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland are going to get targets. Luther Burden and Olamide Zaccheaus will get opportunities. So a lot of mouths to feed, but I do think DJ at least is back in the thousands. The question is, is it 12, 1,300 or is it like 1,050 or 1,100? I'm more looking at like the splash plays because 2 years ago when he averaged 13 or when he had 1,364, he was at 14 yards per catch. Last year he was right at 10 yards per catch. Like we need to get those explosives going again. Jacob 10. Hendrickson deal is still not done in Cincy. Shouldn't we be targeting him still? I'm still on board. I don't know what a contract would look like, but I'm still on board. I think if you added Trey Hendrickson to this defense, all of a sudden your D-line and your edge group goes from a weakness to a strength. I don't think defensive tackle is not a weakness anymore. You got enough guys there. But if him and Montez Sweat are healthy, and if Dio is just like your move around, like I like Dio in that role of like he plays 50, 60% of the snaps, but some are at edge, some are at 3-tech. Like you move him around. Like he's basically just a much better and twitchier and stronger DeMarcus Walker, right? Now, you could say, well, they paid him $16 million. That's an overpay for that role. Yeah, probably is. That's what you do in free agency. You typically overpay. But if you added Hendrickson and he and Montez started, and then Adengbo's your third edge / backup defensive tackle as well, maybe Austin Booker or Dominic Robinson gives you a little something. Billings, Turner, they give you some good reps as well. Like I think that just could transform this defense. Like the domino effect of adding a 12, 15 sack guy like that could really just make you feel a whole lot better about that front four. Adam Morrow, outside of Caleb on offense, who mostly needs to take the next step from last year? I think Rome. I know it's the cliche answer, but top 10 pick, second year. Like at minimum, you need to feel like, okay, he's a very, very good number 2. Like at minimum, he's on the T. Higgins path, right? Like, okay, maybe he's never like a dominant 1, but he's like the best 2 in the league, or he's a low-end 1. Like when you take a receiver that high, he needs to be a very, very good player. So I think Rome did some good things his rookie year. Still was pretty productive for a wide receiver 3 as a rookie. He needs to be more productive and be a more dominant force consistently. All right, appreciate all the questions. If you got more, slide in the DMs at HGramNFL on Twitter. I'm caught up on DMs there. I got to catch up on Instagram at HGramNFL. Was traveling this last weekend, so I got some catching up to do. But if you have questions there, go ahead and ask me. I will catch up and get back to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Bear down.